Game number 1, first semi-final of the 8th qualifier of the X Cup fall season. Battlefield of Eternity is our map, and we got Team against the charming TomCats. And the charming TomCats, they obviously feel pretty well in the semi-finals. They've pretty much reached the semis every single time, it feels, these days. Yeah, we have another tournament also with some upsets, because in the other part of the bracket, what we had there is Gunners On defeated. Gunners On was defeated off-stream by Inting for Ruby. So in the best of one series at the beginning of the tournament, the Gunners weren't able to make it through, apparently also with their full lineup, or nearly full. But that is an interesting development, because it's another one of those that I didn't expect. Last week we had Team Order successful against the Chili Donuts. This week we have Inting for Ruby making a big step to accumulate a few more points for the leaderboard by taking out Gunners On. So not too bad. As we're looking at our game today, also noteworthy that Zelia is once again playing for Team. He's been doing that quite a bit in the past, of course, as well as part of the lineup. And today we have him here too. Bans on Vala immediately on Battlefield of Eternity. And we got also the quick ban on Stukov. Okay, so with all of that said and done, I'm kind of curious to see who's pulling ahead here. The favorite is, of course, the blue team. The TomCats, then again, have been improving significantly. But then again, you're going up against one of the best teams, and not the best team in the European scene right now. And that will make things very, very difficult for the red team. But again, even if they lose here, they would drop down into the third place decider, where they can get more points for the standing. So reaching the semi-final in and of itself is already a big accomplishment for them, and will get them closer to a playoff participation here to solidify that spot. But now Dehaka gets banned out here in Battlefield. And what is Team getting rid of for map number 1 in the best of 3? We got a quick ban on Uther. Okay, Uther banned out. And here we go with the first pick. There's a lot of variations that you can play out right now. We've seen Liming first picks over here. You could obviously go into supports right away, especially with Uther and also Stukov banned out. Bit unlikely, I would say, though. Side laners, also quite powerful. I mean, being it Blaze, being it someone else. And they come in with an early Medivh. Oh, that's a little bit ballsy. I mean, Medivh as a first pick, that's quite a lot of counterplays that you can go for now. Portal control is everything at this point. When we're talking supports, then you can either try and get Brightwing in for Polymorph, but even just using Medivh with a quick route on the portal is always kind of nice. Power Slide on ETC is fantastic against anything, Urel even, anything. Junkrat is open. Junkrat would be another pick, and put the mine on the portal. Anything that really prevents an opponent from either reaching a portal to escape, or immediately pushes them back or displaces them when they try to aggressively use a portal to engage on you is great. Lucio can go for that boop. Blaze has slows, and in addition to that, he obviously has his stun with the jet propulsion as well. So go and try and control these portals as best they can. And the charming TomCats, they're going for an oldie but goldie. Diablo and Medivh. Leyline into Apocalypse over here. Yeah, and with that, we now have Lunara played for damage. A lot of damage over time for them, of course. Alright, good for them. There's a lot of poke against the Immortal. There's a lot of poke against the Objective. The only question is, again, Thornwood Vines or the Leap. Lately, we're seeing a lot more Thornwood Vines plays. And since Medivh is there, she should be fine with the Thornwood Vines and doesn't really need the Leaping Strike to reposition herself properly. So, in addition to that, a Hogger gets banned. Yeah. And let's get ready. Yeah, so Hogger is out, but what else do they ban out here? Do they ban Ultralisk? Oh, yes, Ultralisk. Yeah, you got a Maiev that you could ban. Kerrigan is obviously also an option for the blue team if they want to go hyper-aggressive, and you never know with them. But yeah, Maiev might be something that is a little bit annoying here, especially with the silence that she can use too on her level 10. In comes the Hanzo ban. That's not too bad either. It's another good tool against the Immortals, so they're going down a different path here, trying to eliminate some of the damage. And in regards to damage, we still could also get a Liming. Let's not forget about that. There's obviously some place and some room for Maiev composition if you want to bring the fight to your opponent. At the same time, if you're looking for immortal damage, then Liming might not be a bad choice here. Greymane, that works as well. And Muradin together with it. Okay, so we already got 2 stuns with Blaze and Muradin. We have Greymane for quick damage, not only on the immortal, but also against heroes. And yep. There we are. Last 2 picks for the red team. Okay. Yeah, what are they going to get here? They need their support, and they still need another side laner. Anduin for support. Trying to pull them out. And Atanis! Oh my god. No! No! Nope. Oh, they're doomed. Guys, they're doomed. No! What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, no. Alright, Atanis, and on the other side we got a Genji played by Ultralisk. Oh boy, oh boy. Guys, you might not want to watch this. If you are... Oof. That's gonna be rough. This is likely gonna be rough. Battlefield of Eternity, map number 1 in the best of 3. Let's go, everybody. Team against the charming TomCats. Game on! Game number 1 in the semi-final at the 8th qualifier of the X-Cup Fall. And here we have, on the left side, Dino on Greymane. We got Zalia on Blaze. We have Banana H on Lucio, Ultralisk on Genji, and Masquerade on Murden. On the right side of the map, we got Gamer Boy on Anduin for the charming TomCats, Arion on Lulnara, the Dark Wolf on Diablo, Heimirth on Medivh, and Artanis gets played by the Nick Fangirl. Yeah, Nick wouldn't play that. Amateur opponent on level 1, trying to get some immortal damage in. But yeah, that's a pretty bad pick here. So I'm not quite sure why exactly they thought they need to go for that. Immortal damage is kind of nice, but they already have Lunara. And again, I want to stress this once more, since every single time that we talk about this, people misunderstand. Guys, it's fine if you think that Artanis is fun to play. No problem. If you like to play him in your quick match, if you like to play him in Storm League, anything that hasn't to do anything to do with competitive, play him. That's totally fine. Fact of the matter is, the hero is horseshit when we're talking about competitive play and absolutely useless. You don't win a game because of Artanis, you win a game despite playing Artanis. So it's possible to win games when you're running an Artanis, but he's not the reason, nor any of the reasons why you were able to win. So that's that. Why is that? Well, because he doesn't really offer a whole lot. Everything that he offers is very, very unreliable, and there's so many other heroes that just offer better things. And I know, there's some people that immediately then jump out and say, but what about his blind? His blind, it's so good. I see a Greymane, I want to draft Johanna, Lily, and Artanis. There's no real hard counters in this game, guys. Well, there are a couple, but they are far and few between. There's very little of the sense that you have a rock, paper, scissors setup. So blinds don't negate everything that Greymane has to offer and some others here. So yeah, don't get too much baited by that. If you're drafting like that, you're gonna lose the game. But yeah, anyways, let's see what they can do with Artanis. My guess would be nothing, but we'll see. I'm a fan of the TomCats. I mean, I've been saying it over the past few tournaments. These guys have been improving. They are participating in pretty much every tournament, and they're very disciplined about it. And I like it a lot. But I think that on Battlefield of Eternity, Artanis is a bit of a noob trap. So let's see what they can do with it. They're obviously the underdog one way or another. But yep, for now, we got Dino, Zalia, Masquerade, and Banana H all sitting down at the bottom of the map. And here we go. 5 stacks for Medivh. And let's see what else we're gonna get. Top lane, Genji against Artanis. Alright. Genji against Artanis for now. The Dark Wolf here, very much alone. He's playing Lone Wolf right now. Level 4 talents are a bit faster for them. We haven't seen a kill yet, but they are being really aggressive. Keep in mind that Team likes to troll a little bit every now and then, and that already was the demise once when they played and lost 2 games in a row because they weren't taking things too serious. Started drafting meme heroes right from the get-go and were punished then later on in the game. As you can see, here we have them still in a position where they were trying to be aggressive after taking their own camp, so still worth trying. They didn't lose anybody. But let's see what else they can do. Sledgehammer on level 4. So a couple of adjustments already made on the talents. We have at the same time the subwoofer in. And here's objective number 1. And that's where Greymane should really reign supreme for now. So Greymane is starting to come in and do his thing. Rip everything apart. Here they win the halftime show by quite the margin. They're currently roughly 2,500 hit points ahead when it comes to points on the Immortal and therefore shield. 7 stacks for Medivh is not really too much just yet. And here comes another engage on the left side. So yeah, let's go and see where they can get here. Already the Immortal being attacked. And if they can burn this down from afar, then they are going to lock in the first push through the lane. But on the right side, we have Atanis and Lunara doing a fair bit of damage too. But the blue team is now all jumping straight onto the Immortal, starting to take it down. And that is the Immortal grabbed, and the first one locked in for the blue team. As more or less expected here. Still decent damage from the TomCats towards the end. But now it's a question of whether or not they can stop the push topside. Now the good thing is that we're not seeing anybody with a level 7 talent lead yet, so that's good for the TomCats. A bit easier for them to defend. Would be much worse if there was a lead in experience that led to a talent advantage. We still have Artanis and Blaze at the bot lane, so topside we're talking about a 4 versus 4 battle. But it's a bit about Dino and his Greymane. If he is able to get in Worgen form on structures, then they could lose a whole lot more. And that's what we need to keep our eye on now. But they break through that gate. Maybe even dropping that fountain would be a good step. Portals are already in. Portal control, as we said earlier, is going to be crucial. And in this case, they're not prepared for it. Greymane goes down and Masquerade falls as well. The first 2 kills go over to the charming TomCats. Yeah, very charming today. I mean, I already said it in the past. I really think they are not really looking at a good team name here. They should definitely rename themselves a little bit. The Fierce TomCats. The bloodthirsty TomCats. I mean, you guys can come up with a couple of other examples. I hope that you have some better ideas, because those were pretty weak, but you get the gist. So that's currently what they could definitely try and do. But time will tell. For now, we got level 7 talents on both sides, and a small advantage, as I said, for the team in red, outside of them losing the top gate. So that's a little bit annoying. But still, haven't lost the main structure yet, haven't lost... Oh, actually, do they lose that fountain? Nah, Ultralisk is not going for it. At the bottom of the map, then again, it seems like Zelia needs to be a bit more careful, because that could very well lead to a death on Blaze. They get a bit of help, but that's also true for the red team, and they're just outnumbered here. And that's the end of Blaze indeed. Yep, so Blaze has fallen. And up at the top, Mirrodin, he's very much alone on the lane, using all of his wave clear to push the lane out. But Diablo diving in deep. They get the vision, and they have to play around those Medivh portals now. The big aggression from the charming TomCats. Yeah, you can't underestimate these guys. Artanis or no Artanis, I don't know why they make their own life harder than it has to be, but despite everything that they're running here, they're doing well. They're getting the kill against Mirrodin in. So that was a good step. And Artanis actually being useful in some of these instances. But again, it's just really unreliable. But Nick Fangirl doing fairly okay, and they take the fort down. I mean, I gotta admit, just to be clear here, if they win, nothing changes of what I said about Artanis earlier. Again, you win despite Artanis, not because of it. At the same time, I would find it hilarious if the blue team would lose to an Artanis composition. That would be fantastic. That would actually be quite funny. So if we get that, then with how much they are memeing lately... I mean, Masquerade and his boys, they are the first ones in Twitch chat whenever the stream is on. They're the first ones, you know, to jump around, meme around in lobby chat and wherever. So if they now all of a sudden lose this game here against the TomCats, that would be kind of funny to an extent. But for now, I gotta admit that the TomCats are simply playing this a bit more disciplined, and the coordination was better. Lauber getting caught at the bottom of the map shouldn't have happened. The plays around Medivh are good. The TomCats are coordinating this well, and now they're using the level 10 advantage, not only to get some pressure on, but nearly to take the Immortal. They steal the opponent's camp away, but they're not able to lock the Immortal in. And given the fact that they had a level 10 advantage, that's honestly a little bit of a misstep. So, yeah. I mean, that shouldn't really happen. If you have level 10 and you get it early, you need to lock that objective in. So he has level 10 versus level 10, and despite the fact that the blue team doesn't have any kills yet, they're coming through with another fort destroyed. The one at the top has already fallen. Here comes the ley line. No Apocalypse as a follow-up. That combo hasn't worked out for them. The fort is already gone. And yeah, things are not looking all that great now for the TomCats anymore. The damage output, Lulnara is sitting at 20,000. Greymane is sitting at 17k. And all the way up to the... Ooh, Dark Wolf with a big engage here, trying to take them on and force them into a fight. But Ultralisk is zipping out. There's the jet propulsion too. Yeah, also bullet out. Can they go for the kill on Gamer Boy? Anduin is attacked, but he can escape. The rest of the team is attempting to use the portals to get away, but Anduin is the first one to fall. Slice and dice, and Genji moving in, getting the kill on the pretty boy, and Lunara dies a second later, with Artanis being the third one to fall. 3 kills in one fell swoop for Team, as they are now going for a lead in the game. They have the advantage, not only in structures, but are also taking full map control here, stealing the opponent's camp away. Great job for them. 4 kills to 3 right now. And down at the bottom of the map, even Genji is starting to push the lanes out. They destroyed the side walls too, eliminating vision as best they can. And all the way up at the top, another camp about to be taken here as well. All of a sudden, obviously, here on the right side, the defense is set up to make sure that the keep doesn't fall too quickly, or at least the wall here. But the next talent is in. The next talent is going to appear in another couple of seconds for the blue team. And that's, of course, another big lead that they're currently running with. So, yeah, good for them. If they can use that talent advantage during the objective, they should have a pretty easy one on that. So, in comes the hit. Yep. They go for the camp. Diablo is low. Diablo is low. The Dark Wolf. This time the APOC might just turn out to be a good one for them, but they only get 1 single stun. Diablo falls. Lunara gets attacked by Genji. The portals are there. Medivh at 39. 39 stacks, needs 1 more to be safe for now, at least on the baseline, and that should be an easy one for him. But there's the swap, and the wall stun, nicely done. Masquerade gets bodied here after Tannis swapped him in, but it's just simply not enough. Anduin falls once again. Medivh completes his baseline quest. Muradin dies too. It's a trade, 1 for 2, but topside is pushing. We have a camp and catapult that are making the play for this right now, and things are looking tricky. Right now, there it is, the talent advantage for them. And obviously, as you can see, they're making a play for the Immortal, and a big one at that. Half of the HP are already gone. The halftime show is over, and they are starting once again to try and consolidate here. The red team desperately trying to get the counter damage in. Obviously, the blue team was waiting for Muradin the entire time to respawn. Dino was doing a lot of work, but on the right side, you can still see that there's a big push happening for that gate. It's not really going to be a big deal just yet, but they need to eventually send someone over, and I don't think they can win the Immortal either, because there's just too much damage right now on the Immortal of the red team. And team locks in another objective and looks for the fight nearly instantaneously. They're looking for the fight here. They're starting to chase them. The gate is about to fall here up at the top too. Arion on his Ulara is doing what he can to prevent that from happening. But the Immortal is gonna move through the bot lane now. Diablo only at 24 stacks at this point, which obviously means that he doesn't really have as many hit points as he would like to. So the Dark Wolf has to be a little bit more careful. So this is going to be a very dark awakening for him. And the experience doesn't look too good either for the TomCats. They need some kills here. If they can take the Immortal down, maybe push past it and net a few kills, and they can start to play catch-up. But currently, they are far behind, and level 16 is not that far away for the blue team. So, once again, here comes the play for the first keep of the game. The Immortal might not be able to take it down, but there's also the first few catapults massing up. And if the blue team can get a kill, then of course that changes the equation immediately. They're looking for that kill. Diablo gets attacked, but they fall back. The ley line hits only 1. No APOC this time. Masquerade gets attacked. They need to help him out here. Pops the avatar. Masquerade still in trouble. But they're keeping him alive. One swap after another as Artanis tries to be useful. The Dark Wolf, another stun, and that could be a kill. They try to go for Lucio Banana Age. He might survive as Medivh and Lunara both die. So does Artanis. So does Genji. This is Keep, ladies and gentlemen. The Keep is gone, and now they can easily retreat right here. 16 is in their hands. The Keep has been taken, and that is just a great position for Team WAT to be in. Currently, they have continuous pressure through the bot lane. They have a 1.5 level lead. They're looking at a big advantage through talents alone. And once the next objective comes up here, it will likely be the second Keep that falls. The only thing that can bring the TomCats back is, a big fight. They need a good fight, and they need to get some action going here. So currently we have 39,000 damage for Lunara. We have 45,000 damage for Greymane. Lucio, the only one in the entire game, by the way, that hasn't fallen yet. Everybody else died at least once. And here's the Immortal. 25 seconds for it to spawn, and they need to soak more than half a level. Yeah, that's going to be rough. That's going to be really rough now. Alright, so let's see what they can do here. First of all, the blue team is using their lead to take even more camps. And yes, top side has already lost half the wall, so that's another issue. We currently have the Bruiser camp claimed as well, so they are painting the map blue quite literally. Every single camp on the map has been turned blue by Team Wah. 16 talents are still fairly close for the TomCats though, but they need to be careful now. They should give up the halftime show and then fight on the second end. They're trying to buy themselves some time here, and they do. 16 kicks in and they immediately make the play for it. They have the double pull on Anduin right now, which is quite important to save them in these situations. Ultralisk gets attacked as well. Zalia, careful, they get some extra damage out. There's the combo, and it just doesn't connect. Nicely played from the back line. The kill against Anduin, so important now for Team Wah. They're trying to follow up with more. The attempt to escape by the TomCats with another portal is nearly shut down. It is shut down as they come in to take Medivh. They take Artanis. Lucio died for the first time in this game. Diablo is also dead. 5-man team wipe. And the only survivor is Diablo as he respawns. He had the souls on his baseline, so he's gonna come back to life. But the problem is that all by himself, he won't be able to defend this. He can wait for Anduin, I suppose, but even that is not gonna help them too much. The Stormbolt is a little bit too short. Zalia is already moving in, and this is likely gonna be the end of game number 1. 13 kills, 2-7. Charming TomCats with a good early game though, and a decent mid game. But at some point, Team Wah just controlling the flow of the game too much. And in this case, they are calling it a day after taking the keep down. Now, I still think that it's going to be nearly impossible for the red team to come back here, because now they have to deal with the lanes and with the Immortal in just a couple of seconds. But they have another chance. They get another chance now. So Team Wah didn't go for the immediate move on the core. But of course, as you can see, catapults are pushing with every single lane right now against it, and there's just nothing standing any longer. Well, with the exception of the tower that is obviously going to be attacked by the catapults of the blue team as soon as they move in. That meme is never going to get old. Blizzard, still years after it has been discovered, unable to fix that bug or simply replace the tower a little bit. So yeah, that's nice. But well, as it stands, we still have the attack. They're going for another potential ley line in the APOC. Well, the APOC connected with 2, but nobody that they could kill. Masquerade, he does die before he gets Avatar, and that's a big issue now. Big problem. Masquerade was literally 0.2 seconds away from having the cooldown ready, and he dies. The problem for the red team is that the kill is not going to be enough. They lose 3 heroes shortly after that, and of course now it's just a cleanup job for the blue team. They're taking everybody down, including Diablo. Another 5-man wipe. But the TomCats, they tried whatever was possible here. They went for another team fight, they got an initial kill, they just couldn't follow up with more. 18 kills, 2-9. Team Wah is successful. And obviously the only reason why the Charming TomCats lost is that they picked Artanis. If not for that, they would have easily won this, which is now absolutely evident. So yeah, congratulations to Team Wah. Nicely done. They take the lead in the best of 3 series. GG and well played as the blue team locks in a W on Battlefield of Eternity.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Brex's Holdout. As game number 1 was solely lost because of the Artanis pick, we're heading into game number 2 now, where the Charming TomCats have a chance to pick him again and quickly lose the second game too. I'm memeing. I know, honestly at this point I kind of enjoy to trigger some of the Artanis fans a little bit. But I like playing the hero! Well, I was like, yeah, I never said you aren't supposed to, but if you want to play competitive and you want to win, you probably shouldn't. So yeah. Honestly, I have nothing against them. There's a couple of heroes in the game where everybody thinks I hate them. And I don't really hate them, I just think they're useless in competitive play. And as soon as Blizzard addresses them with the patch, I have no problem with them whatsoever. There is a few heroes that I hate. But for very different reasons. So yeah, Zarya gets banned, and we also have a ban on Medivh. So pretty much every single hero that could help you in the 4-man lane to keep people alive for longer and sustain yourself through and power through that 4-man lane is getting eliminated. I like Zarya plays lately. I can't really help myself. I think it's kind of fun if you have a strong 4-man and she just does work and the other team is trying to struggle against it. And you have to double check, can they not? Vala's also banned again, which I don't like either. Yes, Vala was a bit too strong lately, but don't ban her. My girl needs some action. I need Vala to do... Like, Vala was always one of my favorites, and she is kind of awesome. I like that we have an auto-attack build for her now, too, that is actually viable. I kind of like that. So, having someone just, like, stutter step an opponent to death is pretty fun, honestly. Now, Stukov is the first pick, and we got also Genji, again, for Ultralist, second time that he takes it. And there's Sylvanas. Victory for the Forsaken. Sylvanas and Stukov would actually make a good duo. That would be an interesting couple, wouldn't it? I mean, just from the looks of it, like, I don't think they're so far apart. Like, just looking at that, that isn't... Yeah, I'd ship that. Alright, so Nubarak and Lucio get picked, which means that we're likely going to have a bit of an engaged setup. Again, keep in mind that when you're talking about Brax's Khaldor, what you're really looking for is being able to move between lanes very, very quickly. To rotate, traverse terrain. Genji is great for that. Medivh is fantastic for that. One of the reasons why he's banned. Junkrat can do that. Not the only reason why he's banned, but one of them. And Nubarak is able to pull that off. Muradin, by the way, could be a pick for the TomCats. Like, anything that can traverse between lanes is really, really good. So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that they can try to pull off with us. But yeah, let's see what they can do here. First, we got Garrosh banned out now too. I'm wondering a bit what the follow-up is going to be, and especially the side laners are interesting, of course, now as well. We have Blaze still available, Sonya banned, Leo is still up, and I'm totally blanking on one of our side laners that we usually get here, and I don't quite know why. Oh, Varian and Tyrael. All right, didn't expect them as a comp here. So we go for Variant Taunt into Stukov. And Tyrael. I mean, if you're already going all out on this, just come in with a judgment, baby. You have been judged. And Tyrael going full Superman. And flanking in on them. That would be kind of nice. Yeah. Phoenix! Phoenix and Rexa. Rexa, late pick, but he gets picked after all. So we have him at the top lane, super strong hero here. Phoenix, by the way, can technically also be played on the top lane in solo. He has everything that a solo laner needs. He has the sustain, he has the escape mechanism, and he has, he has a regeneration mechanic thanks to the shield. He has also the wave clear. And it seems like it's hammer time today. Okay. So, interesting. Brax's Holdout, everybody. Team against the charming TomCats. They're trying to be a little bit less charming in game number 2. As we're headed into Braxis, the second game of the best of 3 series at the semi-final of X Cup Fall Qualifier number 8. Team against the charming TomCats, and well, there is a lead right now, so I can only try and go for an excuse and say that I've been sick the last couple of days, that I forgot to adjust the overlay. But, well, what am I talking about? Adjusting the overlay, mistakes being made? I have literally no idea who was talking, because everything seems to be correct. Team Wa is in the lead, as they should be, with a 1-0 over the TomCats, as Ultralisk plays Genji for the blue team, Dino plays Phoenix, we got Banana H on Lucio, Zelia on Rexa, and Masquerade on Nubarak. Right side of the map, the TomCats with Gamerboy and Stukov. We got Arion on Sergeant Hammer. Hymiath is playing Tyrael, the Dark Wolf on Varian, and Sylvanas played by the Nick Fangirl. Alright, well, that's said and done. We got the low blow on level 1. Down here's the push. I mean, you have Sylvanas and Sergeant Hammer. So they should call themselves the pushing TomCats. They're a little bit pushy today. They're trying to push that line pretty quickly, but they're also getting body blocked very hard here. Varian is dead again. He died to join the Nexus, be revived in the Nexus, and then he just immediately dies again. It's a little bit bad, man. So with the level 1 talents, we also have now the Arsenal synergy for our boy Phoenix. Our Protoss over here. Obviously, once that level 7 kicks in with the hovering siege mode for Sergeant Hammer, things are starting to become a bit more dicey for Team on that end. But yep, off we go. We get still beacons up, activating, first objective being announced here, and the first few camps are focused by both of them. Now, early game is obviously going to get you so much. The problem that the Charming TomCats oftentimes had in their matches against Team Wah is what's going on after level 10 abilities kick in. And heroic abilities always change the dynamic of the game very, very quickly. And that can also happen here, of course. But this is a map where you can actually snowball your opponent pretty quickly. If you're getting a big lead through the first objective, now able to take down some of those forts and fountains, it makes it very difficult for the other team to regain control over the beacons. So it's all about trying to gain a bit of lane control. Take those fountains down as quickly as you can, cut them off from the sustain. In an ideal world, take the forts too. And then you're looking at a very good position to snowball the game through additional objectives. And that's something that both of the teams are going to try and do here. And thanks to Sergeant Hammer, at least structurally speaking, the TomCats are pulling ahead. But they're losing Varian again. I mean, it feels a little bit bad being Varian right now. He's just getting ganged up upon. Nobody really likes him. So a bit of progress for the blue team as is. Zelia is now moving in. He's not the only one. The fangirl! And that's a kill. Sylvanas is dead. Misha sacrificed herself for the kill. And yeah. Worthy trade. Worthy trade. I mean, we're all set for Misha, of course. But still, that was a worthy trade. It's still notable that we now have the level 4 kicking in for the TomCats, and that, of course, means Taunt. And with that, we can see some combos. Taunt into a follow-up from Stukov. That's going to be the most important thing for them right now, trying to consolidate the talents and the abilities of those two. Yeah, as you can see, also the siege tactics are now available. Siege tactics are in. Grizzled Fortitude, the bed of barbs. Yeah, let's get this party started. We already have 56% on the beacon progress in favor of the blue team, so they're starting to pull ahead here with the 3 kills that they have now locked in total. They have also established a slight lead in experience, and everybody is moving topside now, so they're trying to go for the big aggression here, and seems like Fangirl might be in trouble, but instead it is Stukov that dies first. The Fangirl is also dead as Ultralisk went deep for the kill. They take the point again, but Tyrael has at least taken the beacon at the bottom of the map. So, yeah, they're not going to have an easy time getting those additional progress percentages just yet. But with Phoenix now moving in, I don't think that Heimers can do too much about it. Especially since he doesn't know how many people have just moved in for that. So this might be a problem. Obviously, this is not a winner-takes-all situation, but the Charming TomCats have not put a single percentage point towards the progress for the Zerg wave. So if they lose this one 100-0, that could result in exactly what I described at the beginning of the game, and that is a big snowball. And yep, it's the top lane that's in real trouble now. Level 7 isn't there either, so that means Sergeant Hammer can siege up behind the gates, but once that it pushes past, Hammer's not gonna have a fun time here. Can't repossession herself all that easily. There's only Rexa moving down to the bottom of the map. Everybody else is focusing on topside damage, and that wall just disappears. And Sergeant Hammer is already trying to move away here. There's the siege tactics. They go for Arian, and that could be a kill, that should be a kill, and it is a kill. Sergeant Hammer is down, and guess what? That fort is not going to make it. The level 7 talent kicks in quickly for the blue team and allows them to push even more aggressively. The fort down, they go for Tyrael down here, and Heimerth is in trouble. Especially since there even more coming. Is trying to maybe jump over. Look at Masquerade, he's already waiting for him here. Even dives in, didn't really have to, but they can now focus down to the bottom of the map. Take that fountain down, go maybe for the fort itself. They have full vision obviously at the top, so they know what's going on there. And that is tons of damage here. That's really bad news. I explained it at the beginning of the game. If you limit your opponent's fort and fountain, then they have more or less no chance outside of forcing you into a team fight of claiming the objective, because any battle you will be able to outsustain them. Now, to be fair, down here the fountain is gone too. So they still have the fort as a fallback option, but the fountain is gone. So that still needs to be highlighted, but it's still a big advantage. Hovering Siege mode is in. Varian, by the way, with a victory rush. So far, there's not really a whole lot to rush about, because there were very few victories in this game for the red team. Actually, now that I think about it, there were none. I guess like taking a few structures down is a bit of a win, right? So we'll count that. We'll count that for that. But, yep. For now, we got all the way up at the top. First camp taken. They take the one down here. We have more than a level lead for them. 13,000 damage for Phoenix. And, well, what else do we get? Sylvanas is sitting at 9,000. Alright. Seems like the red team is also trying to take a few of the camps. Might not be all that successful here, honestly. Yeah, careful. Genji is found out, so they're not invading. And Banana H got nearly taken apart. That taunt made it pretty dangerous for him for a moment, but he's still able to zip out. So good for Lucio. But still, Cam is taken, but here's level 10. And with level 10, they're not even hesitating for a second. They're straight up going for the boss. Team is moving in and just simply says, guys, we have 1.5 level lead. They can't do anything. They can't do shit. And I do not think it would be a smart idea to test that. Yeah. Even if you want to YOLO, this is not the moment to YOLO. Talking YOLO, by the way, we have the Planet Cracker. Yeah, Phoenix is gonna let it rip. He's literally going brrrr. Not just yet, but well, we'll talk about it. And as they go for the kill against Sylvanas down at the bottom of the map, the red team is trying to defend. Good luck with that. Yeah, it's a difficult situation for them to be in. We talked about it. This is rough. The objective is spawning too, so it's not only that they have to defend against all of this down at the bottom of the map, at the same time, they're also in a situation where the blue team could literally fall back, take the objective, defend it, and then push with another big Zerg wave, because without level 10, how do you contest this? Pretty much you don't. So, yeah. Alright. Dino, Masquerade are all gonna start coming through here. We have already up towards the top the boss being taken out again. That was a bit of a distraction, but they go for the fight, and they have taken the beacons, so they're pushing the fight on them. Brrr, and yeah. Phoenix goes brrr, and red team just moves out of the way. But on the other hand, the fight is still going on. And while they're distracting them with the battle, the objective is about to be claimed. So that's the next problem. There's the judgment, or at least the attempt of it. Got cancelled and put on a cooldown here. But how do you stop this? Can they? Yeah, 96%. I mean, on the one hand, glad you made it in time. On the other hand, even if the objective is now taken by the red team, it's still going to be a 96% Zerg wave for the blue team too that's going to push, so that is even value. And first they have to win the fight over here. They finally got level 10 abilities, so they can use those. Maybe with a good engage on the judgment, they can make a play. Oh, but talking about plays, there's the kill on Sergeant Hammer. Another swift strike. And Stukov is dead too. The fangirl in trouble. Yeah, Sylvanas is down. They try to go for Heimerth, and Tyrael, he's fighting it out. Varian is already gone. That's a stun, and that's a 5-man team wipe. And with the Zerg wave already moving through the bot lane, this is likely going to be the end of the keep. Maybe even the end of the game. That's the big question, of course. Can the TomCats claw their way back into this? Can they somehow get a few kills here and claim that battle? Honestly, I'm not quite sure here. So there they come again. They try to go for the keep. Guys, this is going to be a little bit tricky. 13 kills to 0. 3-level lead right now for the blue team. The TomCats definitely in trouble. There's the move on to Tyrael. I mean, he just disappeared. Gets taken down within a second. He's already gone. They get some stuns into the backline, but that's already about it. Another kill for the blue team, and here comes Tiwa. It's Phoenix with another big hit, and Arian is dead. Genji with kill after kill, locking the resets in and completing the quest. Tyrael, though, with the judgment. And Genji apparently was deemed to not be worthy. They tried to go for the quick kill. They tried to go for another move here. And there it is. The kill finally against the blue team. They avoid the perfect game of team, and they take down Genji. Ultralisk mass reported for feeding, of course, here in the semi. But a little bit of hope, maybe, for the red team. Now, that's a sliver of hope and not much more than that. But again, it's a first step in the right direction. Maybe they have an opportunity to make a play here. If they can capitalize on the numbers advantage, and that's the only shot they have, then they might have a chance. But they need to stagger some kills now. And it's not looking good for them. The camp has been taken by the blue team. They came half a second too late for that. It's 1 kill to 15 in total, a 3-level lead. The talent advantage alone is already a disaster. And of course, now the lanes are pushing against them. Top lane is the only one still standing. No mana for the Gamer Boy, and he's down. Stukov eliminated. They're going for another quick play on Sylvanas, and they drop her. Sergeant Hammer is dead as well. The Dark Wolf and Heimir, they're both struggling. Kill against Varian. Another one against Tyrael. And that's another 5-man wipe. The biggest problem for Team at this point is to decide how they want to end the game. Do they want to go for core? Do they want to go for top keep? Do they wait for the objective? Or do they go for boss? They decide in favor of the boss, and well, here we go. At that point, we got a quick and easy boss taken at the 11-minute mark. Masquerade is at the bot lane, apparently wants to go for the core directly. Everybody else is starting to move towards the top. They're gonna go for a camp in addition to that too, I guess. Beacons have still not been announced. But yep, here we go. This is gonna be the play, everybody. The play for a game, and the red team knows it. They throw a Hail Mary. It's one of those now or never. Try and YOLO in. Like, it's the only play that they have left. Go full YOLO and hope for a miracle, but that miracle is being shut down quickly. Genji shows no mercy here. There's a reason why the blue team is the favorite team in the series. And of course now with camps at the bot lane, triple catapult on the core already and the shield falling. The blue team is making the move. Phoenix with a quick drop against the tank player. Reminds me a little bit of StarCraft 2. Imba Protoss with the A move straight into the tank line, obliterating everything. The only thing that's missing here is the Colossus. And now Gamer Boyne is also on the run. Stukov! No, he's dead too. And that's game. That's a 2-0. Oh my god, stop! They're dead already. Stop kicking them. 26 kills to 1. 4-level advantage. Team with a 2-0 victory in the semi-final over the charming TomCats, who now drop down into the third place decider. And team moves on to the grand final of the qualifier. GG and well played as the blue team is victorious on Braxis Holdout.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.